This video is about some wage earners who applied the process I've been talking about to do extraordinary things. Nathan was making really good money as a metallurgist in the mining industry, but he hated his job and certainly wasn't happy with the long hours. Paul suggested he point his knowledge and skill at consultancy instead of the employer. His first contract was worth multiple millions of dollars with a Singaporean company. The leather-bound proposal looked $1 million, covered in gold leaf. He had to learn a new marketing skill instead of simply putting a bit of paper in mail, which most people do. Nathan always wanted to be home with his young family, spending time with his wife and 2 young children. No more sleepless nights, no more stress, and no more missing out on family and friends because he had to be away for work. What a great outcome, and now he has a lifestyle he wants. This is John and Annette. John was a health and safety worker on oil rigs. It was long swings with lots of time away. Then along comes a newborn son and he wants to be an involved father. Within a few short years they get rid of all their debt, then took young Blake into the world of experience for 2 years before he had to start school, so they could capture the precious times you can never reclaim. Now they have the fun of whatever lifestyle they want, because now they can support it. Again, they took what they knew and pointed it at the entrepreneurial market. This is Marco Robinson. In 2004, he was dead flat broke, having lost millions during the dot-com years. He discovered the investment information he was getting from all the experts was pointing in the wrong direction, which left him trapped, so he lost millions. He was bored and financially frustrated because he couldn't do what he wanted to do, and was experiencing a life of struggle. Paul taught him how to take his natural talents and gifts and instead of pointing them to wages, to point them to the world of enterprise. Since he's done that, he's opened up his own foundation called FEM, which is about helping female entrepreneurs in disadvantaged or emerging countries enjoy a greater quality of life. He took his skills directly to the public. Now he's a #1 best-selling author of Close the Deal and Suddenly Grow Rich. He holds world records in sales and generates an 8-figure income owning more than 100 properties worldwide. Again, he can now just enjoy whatever he wants to do. This is Nikki. Nikki had a growing family of 3 kids in Perth, but because her partner Joe was a fly-in fly-out person, she had no support when he was away. The kids had to play on the street as they had no backyard. Their solution was to sell the house and move back to Melbourne where Nikki had family support. When you consider relocation, there are selling costs for the house, relocation costs for the family, purchasing costs for a new home, and Joe was looking at a round trip to work of 8,000 kilometres. How does a young family recover from that sort of loss just to relocate? Can you imagine all the stress that places on family and time? An entrepreneurial skill Nikki learnt was, if it's a problem for her, then it's a problem for thousands of others. So let's have a look at how we can solve the problem in a much more creative way. Nikki went out and created FIFO families. Now she is one of the most recognised and sought-after people in Australia. The politicians have her on speed dial. Whenever there's anything to do with FIFO families or anything to do with mining companies, she's the first person radio shows call. As a result, Joe doesn't have to work away anymore, and Nikki has now developed a 6-figure income business looking after the needs of people like her. She wasn't a business person, but again, she took her skills and pointed them at a much more enterprising market. In 2013, she won the Young Entrepreneurs Award in Perth, and in 2014, she won 2 40 Under 40 awards. It's really difficult to say, this is exactly what I'll be doing in 4 years' time. I'm going to win 2 40 Under 40 awards. You can't predict that. You can only take steps forward in a positive direction and explore. Nikki just goes from strength to strength by making her intellectual capital available. Here's an engineer, an accountant and a business coach, who got together and pointed their knowledge capital at the internet. This check is $192,000 and this one is $480,000. That's what they get out of doing their internet strategy. They would never have been able to do that in their earlier roles. This is Alan. He didn't have a product of his own, so he packaged Paul's intellectual property and pointed it to the enterprise market. Now he's making a handsome return. Lisa was a travel agent, getting sick of jetting around and wanted a job as a dump truck driver in the mining industry. So she went through all the qualifications and got the job. Then she found she was stuck in long hours on difficult swings, and she was also stuck with night shift in the mining industry. She had no time for herself, no time for relationships, and she was always tired with 1 week on day shift and another week on night shift. She wanted a better way of making money and financial freedom. If it was a problem for her, it was a problem for many others. She was always being asked, "How did you get a job as a dump truck driver in the mining industry?" So Paul suggested she package her knowledge and turn it into a product. She started with an ebook, then MP3s, then started selling them online. How do you get a job driving dump trucks in the mining industry? She got truckloads of people signing up for membership and buying the book. In 2013 she was nominated for an Outstanding Woman in the Mining Industry. There's a fair few powerful women in the mining industry, so Lisa was nominated as the 6th most influential woman in the mining industry. A dump truck driver. Does that make sense? She's in the same league as Gina Reinhardt, managing directors and executive officers. Now she reaches her desires quicker, more efficiently, with more enjoyment. All it took was a decision to change and leverage her intellectual capital. In 2014 she was nominated in the top 100 most influential women in mining worldwide for the changes she's making. Today she's out of the trucks but still in mining, as that's what she's passionate about. She just won a really prestigious award because she was able to improve the efficiency of dump trucks in a male-dominated area that's been going on for over 100 years. Her insight as a dump truck driver improved trucking efficiency by 18%, which is worth billions of dollars to a mining company. All these people had one thing in common. The single greatest thing they have in common is they took their existing knowledge and turned it to an entrepreneurial market. If I can, if they can, then you can, because we have all gone before you and achieved our goals. If you're a retired sports star, now washed up, hang on, you can take your capital and turn it into a digital format, pointing it to the external world. Everyone has value to offer, and we can help you, because success is the same process. It all begins with a thought form. I want to go here instead of here. So stay tuned for an invitation to flex your mind for entrepreneurial success. Until then, it's bye from me.